how ancient people went to the bathroom without toilets. Welcome back, history enthusiasts. Today, we're diving into one of humanity's most basic needs, something everyone does, but rarely talks about in polite company. We're exploring the fascinating and often surprising world of ancient bathroom habits. How did our ancestors handle their most private moments before the invention of modern plumbing? Trust me, by the end of this journey, you'll never take your modern bathroom for granted again. From ingenious solutions to absolutely horrifying practices, ancient civilizations developed some truly creative and sometimes disturbing ways to answer nature's call. So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's embark on this surprisingly educational adventure through history's most private moments. Let's start at the very beginning with our earliest human ancestors. Prehistoric humans were actually quite smart about waste management, even if their methods seem primitive to us today. Early humans instinctively understood the importance of keeping waste away from their living spaces. Archaeological evidence shows that even Neanderthals designated specific areas outside their caves for relieving themselves, always downwind and away from water sources. Hunter-gatherer societies had the luxury of mobility. When an area became too contaminated, they simply moved on, allowing nature to decompose and clean the site naturally. This nomadic lifestyle was actually one of the most hygienic approaches to waste management in human history. But here's something fascinating. Ancient humans developed surprisingly sophisticated understanding of hygiene. They used soft leaves, moss, and smooth stones for cleaning. Archaeological sites have revealed that our ancestors even selected specific types of leaves known for their antibacterial properties. Some prehistoric communities created the world's first toilet paper by preparing bundles of soft grasses and storing them in dry caves for year-round use. They understood seasonal availability and planned accordingly, showing remarkable foresight for supposedly primitive people. The Mesopotamians, often called the cradle of civilization, were also pioneers in organized waste management. Around 4000 BCE, they developed some of humanity's first urban sanitation systems. In the ancient city of Ur, archaeologists have discovered elaborate drainage systems with clay pipes that carried waste away from residential areas. But what's truly remarkable is how they handled personal hygiene in their homes. Wealthy Mesopotamians had private latrines, small rooms with holes cut into stone or clay seats positioned over drainage channels. These weren't just functional. They were often decorated with religious symbols and considered sacred spaces where people could meditate and pray. But for common people, the situation was quite different. Public latrines were built over rivers or canals, creating the world's first flush system powered by flowing water. Groups of people would sit side by side on long stone benches with multiple holes, turning bathroom breaks into social gatherings. The Mesopotamians also invented one of history's most interesting cleaning methods. They used specially made clay tablets with smooth surfaces and edges for personal hygiene, then discarded them after use. Imagine archaeologists thousands of years from now finding these bathroom tablets and trying to decode their purpose. The ancient Egyptians elevated bathroom practices to an art form, treating cleanliness as both a practical necessity and a religious duty. Their approach to waste management was surprisingly sophisticated and deeply connected to their spiritual beliefs. Egyptian pharaohs and nobility had access to what were essentially the world's first luxury bathrooms. These featured limestone seats carved with intricate designs, positioned over sand-filled chambers that servants would regularly clean and replace. But here's where it gets really interesting. Egyptians believed that bodily functions were connected to the afterlife. They thought that maintaining cleanliness in life would ensure a pure journey to the next world. This belief led to elaborate purification rituals before and after using their latrines. Common Egyptians used public facilities built along the Nile River. These structures were positioned so that the annual flooding would naturally flush away accumulated waste, an early example of seasonal waste management that worked with natural cycles. The Egyptians also pioneered the use of scented oils and perfumes in their bathroom routines. They would anoint themselves with fragrant substances not just for pleasant smells, but because they believed certain scents had protective magical properties. Perhaps most surprisingly, wealthy Egyptians employed professional waste carriers, people whose full-time job was managing and disposing of human waste. These workers were actually well respected and well paid, as their services were considered essential for maintaining the spiritual purity of the household. The ancient Greeks approached bathroom needs with their characteristic blend of practical innovation and philosophical contemplation. They turned even the most basic human functions into opportunities for social interaction and intellectual discourse. Greek cities featured elaborate public latrines that were marvels of engineering. The most famous were in Athens, where up to 60 people could sit simultaneously on marble benches positioned over flowing water channels. These weren't just functional spaces. They were social hubs where citizens conducted business, debated politics, and shared news. The Greeks invented the concept of bathroom buddies. They believed that sharing this intimate time strengthened friendships and political alliances. Some of history's most important political decisions were allegedly made in these communal facilities. Greek homes of the wealthy featured private latrines with an interesting innovation. They used broken pottery shards called ostraka for cleaning. Yes, the same pottery pieces used for voting in political ostracism. This gives a whole new meaning to the phrase political waste. The Greeks also developed some of the earliest recorded toilet humor. Ancient Greek comedies frequently included jokes about bathroom functions, proving that scatological humor has been making people laugh for over 2,000 years. The Romans revolutionized waste management and created sanitation systems so advanced that some weren't matched again until the 19th century. Their approach was both engineering marvel and social phenomenon. Roman public latrines were architectural masterpieces. The famous latrines at Ostia could accommodate over 100 people simultaneously, featuring heated marble seats, flowing water beneath, and even background music from hired musicians. But here's what made Roman bathroom culture unique. They had no concept of privacy as we understand it. Using the latrine was a social activity where people discussed business, politics, and gossip while sitting side by side. Romans found the idea of wanting privacy in the bathroom strange and antisocial. The Romans also introduced the world's first reusable toilet paper substitute. They used sponges attached to sticks, called tersaria, which were shared among users. After use, the sponges were rinsed in running water or vinegar and left for the next person. The hygiene implications are, well, let's just say it's amazing the Roman Empire lasted as long as it did. Roman sewage systems were legendary. The Cloaca Maxima in Rome was so large that maintenance workers could walk through it standing upright. This massive sewer system carried waste from across the city directly into the Tiber River. Wealthy Romans had private latrines in their homes, often positioned in beautiful gardens or courtyards. These featured artistic decorations, pleasant views, and sometimes even small libraries for extended visits. The Romans truly understood the concept of making necessary time pleasant time. As we conclude our journey through the intimate history of human waste management, we're left with a profound appreciation for both ancient ingenuity and modern convenience. Our ancestors faced the same basic biological needs we do today, but they had to be far more creative, resourceful, and sometimes brave in addressing them. From the nomadic wisdom of prehistoric humans to the engineering marvels of Roman sewers, from the spiritual cleansing rituals of ancient Egypt to the social bathroom culture of Greece, each civilization contributed to our understanding of sanitation, hygiene, and human dignity. The next time you enter your modern bathroom, with its clean water, soft tissue, privacy, and efficient plumbing, take a moment to appreciate the thousands of years of human innovation that made your comfort possible. So the next time someone complains about modern life, remind them that we live in the golden age of bathroom technology. Our ancestors would be absolutely amazed by the luxury we consider completely ordinary. Thank you for joining me on this surprisingly fascinating journey through one of humanity's most universal experiences. Understanding our past helps us appreciate how far we've come and reminds us that human creativity knows no bounds.